The reality is, as the president has been clear, sequestration is something that was not intended to happen. In other words, the idea is that it is still not intended to happen. There needs to be a commitment. There's a commitment by the administration to resolve this issue. And one of the things that I think is sort of made clear by the issue of homeless veterans is that even if you do try to isolate from the sequester certain programs, everything is tied together. Well, let me start with the one that sort of has historically served our nation's homeless veterans, and that's been the McKinney-Vento homeless assistance grants, the continuum of care. That's been the primary federal response to homelessness since its enactment in 1987 and recently updated by the Hearth Act. And that had been where HUD continues to serve homeless veterans using that program, particularly those homeless veterans who may not be eligible for VA benefits, perhaps by reason of the nature of their discharge. That, however, was not sufficient. Obviously, we were not moving the needle on veterans' homelessness, and we revived a program that was funded in the early 90s, the HUD-VASH program. And over the course of the last 4 years, over 30,000 veterans have been housed. The revival of that program and the work that we've done with the help of all of the various intermediaries, nonprofits, I see philanthropy in the room, and the support of Congress has been really nothing short of extraordinary. We're moving the needle on veterans' homelessness. Is there more to do? Absolutely, there's more to do. Interagency collaboration is not for the faint of heart or the thin of skin. It has not been an easy collaboration at all times, and it was, encouraged, I'll say, by hearings that we had a few years ago in front of Senator Murray and other senators who all had an interest in improving the administration of the HUD-VASH program. The vouchers weren't getting out there fast enough. They weren't being used to house the most vulnerable veterans. And Secretary Shinseki and Secretary Donovan were challenged to step up the partnership, and we did. It wasn't always easy, but I can tell you that the partnership that we have with VA right now is as extraordinary as anything I've seen in working around homelessness and government, for over 20 years now. And unfortunately, that would all be threatened by the sequester. Because unfortunately, while the VA side of the equation is protected, the HUD side is not. If one looks at HUD's budgets over the past number of years, we've had to make some very hard choices, but every year we've done everything we could to protect existing recipients of voucher assistance of all kinds. We don't have the discretion about where the cuts fall within our budget. It's an 8.4% cut, account by account. So if this were to happen, we would have to plan how to deal with an 8.4% reduction in the voucher program generally, but including HUD-VASH vouchers, and that would be a terrible consequence. So the point of this panel is to show the urgency of addressing the sequester.